Hello. Today we will be seeing the sights and places associated with the life of one of Britain's foremost political figures, a man who strides the annals of history like a giant. Yes, I'm referring to John Major, Sir John Major. It was on the 29th of March 1943 that John Major was born here at St Heliers Hospital in South London. A plaque commemorates this fact. It was in this house that John Major grew up until he was 12 years old on 260 Longfellow Road in Worcester Park. I don't think it could look quite like this back in John's day, but here we are at Cheam Common Infant School, where John attended primary school from 1948 to 1954. It was at this school that John's love of cricket and sports began.
Soon after the game was born, it began to be taken around the world by the Merchant Navy, the Royal Navy, the British Army. And I think there are many occasions where you've had political differences with someone in a country that plays cricket. But there is a bond that is formed as a result of it. It is more than a game for me, but I think throughout its long history, it's shown itself to be almost as potent an export as the English language itself.
Here we are at John Major's secondary school, Rutlish School in Merton. John attended school here from 1954 to 1959 and apparently hated every minute of it. In his autobiography, on page 20, he says the following: "At school, Rutlish School, I did as little work as possible. I thought of the place as a penance to be endured. I kept myself to myself and cooperated so as only to keep out of trouble." On page 25 he goes on to say, skip that bit there, "I had wasted my time at Rutlish School and had rarely been happy there." John left as soon as he could in 1959. At this house, 144 Cold Harbour Lane in Brixton, that John Major lived from 1955 to 59. Owing to family financial troubles, he had to move from Worcester Park and up to Brixton. He shared this flat with a burglar, tax dodgers, and a Jamaican guy who stabbed a policeman.
I spent most of my youth in South London until well into my 30s at different houses. It's a very vivid area. It's never dull, it's always changing. It has a tremendous vibrancy that very few parts of the country would understand. And yet there is an innate friendliness in the area that those people who live there understand very well.
After leaving Rutlish School, John worked at a number of different jobs. He worked in an insurance office, a bank in Nigeria. He made gnomes for a while as well, before eventually finding a career in politics. It wasn't long before John's godlike talents brought him here, in the world of British politics. After a distinguished career with the Conservative Party, in November 1990, John Major finally achieved his birthright of becoming Britain's greatest ever Prime Minister.
It is time to return to those old core values. Time to get back to basics.
This golden age lasted 7 years, until 1997, when the British public underwent some sort of mass psychosis and elected the evil one. John now just chills in somewhere.
It's time to get off the stage and that is what I propose to do. I shall therefore advise my parliamentary colleagues that I believe that it would be appropriate for them to consider the selection of a new leader of the Conservative Party to lead the